All right, folks, in this video, I'm going to walk you through downloading data from a couple of different sources. And I wanted to start us on Moodle, because this is where you're going to find a lot of the resources for that first project, including websites where you can go and download data. So I'm going to go to project 1, our watershed fact sheet. Helpful videos are going to be posted right here, and helpful links are right here. So you are going to start with stream stats. You're also going to want to open up the national map. Last but not least, I'm going to say you want to grab your watershed. So I am using the Bushkill Creek, and I have already previously searched for this. So I'm pulling this up, but you're going to want to pull up the page for your specific watershed. And first, stream stats. Stream stats is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm still going to show you what to do. You can always grab the USGS gauge number for your site. Location metadata will tell you the monitoring location number. You need that 0. And under stream stats, you can actually enter that value and it will pop up. You're going to select Pennsylvania, and then it's telling you what to do. Zoom to level 15 or greater. I'm going to zoom in. And then it's going to allow me to delineate. I'm going to click the delineate button, come over here, and click in the stream, which is the blue lines. While I'm doing this, I'm going to plug in my USB drive because I know I'm going to need to access that. And I don't want to back it up. So delineating basin is going to take a little bit of time. As it does that, I want to just take you over here. I've got my drive over here, and I'm going to make a folder called CE 352. And in there, I'm going to make a folder called Project 1, just to keep myself organized. All right, so my watershed finished. I'm going to leave this up, but the other thing I want to do is I'm going to say download basin, and I want to download the shapefile. So it's going to do that. It's going to grab that. I'm going to click on it, and under downloads, I am going to copy this, paste it into the project 1 folder. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it basin outline, and I'm going to extract it. And again, just to keep things organized, I'm going to keep my zipped files. You don't have to keep the zip files. On second thought, just delete the zip files. I'm getting rid of that guy because now I have the nice outline. And I'm going to keep this up, and if you get an error, don't worry about it. But this is going to give you some perspective on the location of your watershed for other downloads. So let's go to the national map. This one gets a little bit harder. You might be able to enter your site and zoom to that location. If you can't, that's totally okay. You can also enter, no, we're not going to enter coordinates. We are not going to enter coordinates, but over here, I am going to zoom to Pennsylvania, and I know where my watershed is. So that's helpful for me. If you don't know where your watershed is, that is okay. There should be a way to get a point, but it is eluding me. Let's see. Let's just try entering latitude and longitude here. Let's just try entering it. And let's grab my longitude. I'm just going to say add to map. It doesn't seem to like that, but that's okay. So let's go to Bushkill Creek. It knows where Bushkill Creek is. It's going to add a little point there. If it doesn't know where your stream is, you can use the map to navigate roughly to the location. So as a reminder, this shows up in this file. it also shows up in stream stats. So in both cases, you should be able to find the location of your stream and zoom in. How do you know where that location is, though? How do you find it? So how do you outline your watershed? Up here, you click this, you can click on Hydro NHD. And I find this really helpful because this is showing us our furthest downstream location and everything up gradient of that location. And essentially our watershed is going to extend from around this point throughout the river network. So I'm going to click on polygon here, and I'm going to start a little bit further down than I know I need, just to make sure I have all the information I need. And I'm even going to extend into some of the other watershed because I want to just make sure I get everything. And I'm going to double click over here. I double click to end the polygon. If something gets weird or you don't like the way that you drew, you can say clear geometry and redo it. And as soon as I draw that geometry, I'm going to say search products, except for I haven't selected any. I'm going to select elevation products, and I'm going to do my 1/3 arcsecond, and I'm going to say search products. And I immediately get a new pop-up for products and the option to download. And this is going to take a little bit of time if you're on a school computer, and that's okay. I am also going to go back to data sets, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to uncheck elevation products, and I'm going to go to hydrography. And I want NHD plus high resolution. We have to select this at the HUC4 subregion level, and we want a file geodatabase as the output. So again, I'm going to say search products. And in this case, it actually pops up with 2 products. And so part of selecting the right product is knowing which HUC4 watershed you are located in. And I can Google USGS HUC4 watersheds. HUC4 watersheds have 4 values associated with them and 4 units, and they tell you about the location, which watershed you're located within. And I will add this to our set of links. Over here, you can see our DEM is downloading, which is great. And the best link I have found for this is actually Wikipedia. So if I zoom in, I know it's a little crappy right now, but if I zoom in, on the northeastern US, here's Pennsylvania. If I am in the Delaware River Basin, I am in code 0204, and I know the Bushkill is in that region. If I am in the Susquehanna River Basin, I am code 0205. And if I am in the Ohio River Basin over on the western side of the state, I'm in one of these other boundaries. If you have trouble figuring out which one you're in, I would say take a step back, figure out where your location is. Stream stats is going to help with that. So if I zoom out, right, it's showing me where I am in Pennsylvania. Use that to figure out where your watershed is draining to. The Susquehanna is usually in the middle of the state. The Ohio is over on the far left, and the Delaware is on the far right. You will also figure out when you download this if it is not the correct one. So 0204, I'm just going to double check this. 0204 is the Delaware River Basin. And I am going to download the other format.zip file here. And I'm going to click on that, and it's going to take a little bit of time. So one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my project 1 folder. On my drive, I'm going to go to downloads. And I want to get my TIFF, which is my DEM. And I'm just copying and pasting it to my drive. You can drag and drop it, it doesn't matter. So I've copied it, and I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it DEM, and I'm going to paste it here. And again, school computers, it might take a little bit of time, and that's okay. Okay. I am gonna wait for the NHD data to download. And actually, I'm gonna get rid of this one here because I've already downloaded this before. I'm gonna make it a nice file. And I'm gonna pause this until the NHD data finishes downloading, and then I'm gonna show you how I bring that onto this drive.